This your bright idea, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man,
Alonzo called me up. Hey, we need to do a hurricane party with former players. Hey, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. Great Coach Soldinger has entered the building.
No way.
what up, Coach?
Hey, Coach, you on mute. You on mute. We can't hear you.
Yeah, he old. He don't know.
Oh, stop.
Hey, how many Hall of Famers we got on this thing? One, Reggie Wayne.
I ain't there yet. Don't put me there yet now. I get that.
Reggie. Stop.
I like that backdrop, though.
Holy shit, man. Hey, money. Weight room, and I said, Cole, I don't really know about that weight room. That's kind of scary to me. But he was like, well, you might not play here. And then when he saw me out there catching that thing, putting my nuts on people's helmets, he was like, boy, you might have something. Boy. You might be all right.
Hey, Reggie, you see Last Dance with Jordan? That's a lot of the stuff you guys did.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Just like Jordan, man.
Yeah, we did the
Held
same
each other, put each other, held each other accountable. That's the name of the game, man.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Don, wait a minute. How about seeing Coach Stevens walk down the hallway at the coaches' meeting on a fucking Sunday going, oh, man.
Hey, speaking of Ed Reed, since he can't be on here, now y'all gotta tell us a great Ed Reed story that nobody knows. One of those epic battles with him.
Let y'all tell it. I got a lot of Ed Reed stories, but you gotta pay me for that shit.
Come on, these dogs.
What up, fellas?
No. Write that in the book. Keep that in the book.
Yeah, I got a ton of Ed Reed stories, but they ain't for free. Hey, I had to deal with that shit for 4 years, man. That was my roommate for 4 years. We went
No. We don't want this
kind of shit with each other. So that shit there, you gotta.
Hey, Red. Talk about the light bill. The light bill.
I can tell y'all the light bill story. So a lot of people know this, but me and Ed, when we moved off campus, we stayed in the apartment together. We had our bills that we had to pay. He was in charge of that fucking light bill. I come from practice, we go to the caf, get something to eat, go back to the apartment, walk through the door, flip the switch. The damn lights ain't coming on. So I'm like, motherfucker, I ain't paid the bill again, right? So we just sit in there. I'm sitting in there waiting on him to walk through the door. So he walks through the door. He flips the switch. And I can hear him say, damn, right? So he walks through the apartment. He see me sitting up there in the dark. So he sit up there. He said, damn, bro, my bad. So I'm like, bro, we don't have no damn lights. Well, where we gonna go? So he sit up there and said, man, if you don't go nowhere, I ain't gonna go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So we lighting fucking candles in there. We in there, talking stories and talking about, we basically took that whole night and just talking about like our dreams about making it to the NFL and all that kind of stuff. And man, we sat up for hours in the pitch freaking dark in the apartment. And I swear, man, like we end up falling asleep. We both falling asleep in a little den area. Man, as soon as I opened my eyes, he was over there asleep. I went and hit him, nudged him, said, man, get your ass up and go pay the light bill. But that is like, one thing about it was, I love about it, like, he didn't bail on me and I didn't bail on him. We both just sat up there in the dark and we just visualized ourselves playing. So like whenever I faced him in the league, I remember like the first time I faced him in the league, and we both just started laughing, you know what I mean? Because we know about all the stuff that we went through as teammates, as roommates, and that's what made all that shit special. That's what made it sweet, you know what I mean? So like, great friend, great brother, great roommate, great teammate. That's why, everything that he got, man, he deserved.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Bennett, you got to tell us one of them great hurricane stories, Bennett.
Bro, like everybody been saying, man, when I got there, bro, I was big man on campus, coming in, thinking I'm going to play early, man, and that defense, man, when we went down there to 907, bro, like the first day, I said to myself, man, I should have went to Illinois, man, or somewhere like that, man. Not to talk down on nobody or nothing like that. But, bro, it was brutal, man. But what happened was when I got in the locker room one day, sitting in my locker, one of the vets walked by and said, bro, you're going to be all right. And from that approval, that's where everything started going downhill. You got the acceptance, man. And then, you know, safety, the hurling them guys, teeing off on us in 7-on-7. Then they reach their hand down and pull you up, man. And then you start to learn how to practice the same way they practicing. And, bro, from that point on, like, the games were easy to me, man.
Absolutely.
Well, the way we practice every single day, the way we practice, I remember being in games and Gino saying, Donnell, this guy's getting ready to do this or whatever the case is, and exactly what it said, exactly what happened, man. Because it was so we played so much faster than everybody.
You know, you guys say that it's interesting because being in the NFL the last 23 years and listening to the stories from scouts and what they think about the University of Miami is they used to tell me we always want a Miami player on our team. One thing about those kids down there, they ain't scared of nothing and the stage ain't too big for them, and they love to practice. That was what people thought about the University of Miami. They said, you get one of those kids, you can throw him out there the biggest stage. He's been playing in the parks of Miami. He played at Miami, wherever he came from, and he's been playing against the best players in football his 4 years in college. So coming to the pros, this ain't nothing to him. You know,
but you know how you know it wasn't for everybody. Now we had a lot of guys transferred that couldn't handle it. You know, from whatever went on when they first got there, it was a test to see if you could handle it. And a lot of guys could not handle being a hurricane because it was tough, man.
I'm gonna give you guys this, and I'm always arguing with other players around the league and players in the locker room about this. I always tell you this. I told Marcus Allen, line up USC's greatest running backs. I told Marcus Allen, you be third team. Like that. I said, you won the Heisman, but you'd have been third. You'd have been behind Edgerrin James, Portis, O.J. Anderson.
But he would have transferred, huh?
Look at the receivers. Take your all-time great teams from colleges around America. I can give you 5 receivers that you can't even crack the lineup.
Bro, I hit him with this one. Anytime I get in an argument about it, just like you say, you tell me the one guy from your school, and I'm going to name the 5 guys from my school. And that is the conversation. And then they start on it too. And I say, you really want to go there?
Yeah.
Can't go receiver. You can't go running back. You can't go nowhere. Like, where can you go? You can't go linebacker. Can't go defensive tackle.
Can't go safety.
Hey, Hey, Donnell, when I recruited, and you can ask Lamar this, you know, I never kissed anybody's ass. Man. I thought, if you want to compete, bro, come on to Miami. If you don't want to compete, don't come.
Yeah.
That's true. It hurt the same way. You know, if you don't want to compete, you ain't going to make it at our place. I told Frankie that, too.
He was the only coach.
Hey, Don, do you agree that one of the most remarkable careers ever to come out of the University of Miami, and I hope Frank Gore's still on here, is Frank's career? I mean, for a guy that had all those injuries high in college, and for him to be the 3rd all-time leading running back in pro football history is fucking unbelievable.
It's an amazing career.
Yep. He's amazing, man. I saw him play in high school, saw him play. I remember looking at him, and I'll never forget this. Scott McLuhan called me from the 49ers. He said, hey, Alonzo, I need you to help me out. I said, what? Because I want to take Frank Gore. I told him, I'm going to tell you something. You're crazy if you don't take him. The kid's going to make it.
And he's special, I'll tell you that.
49.
D Stocks, you got to tell us some of them great stories, D Stocks. From your era. You there, Stocks? Is Stocks there? He on mute. He's on pause.
Yeah. Hey, Coach Saul.
Yeah.
What's up, baby? How you doing?
Good, Hurlie.
Hey, you on the other side of it. You on the coaching side of it. You were there for a long time.
Yep.
Tell us what those meetings were like when that thing really started to turn, when Alonzo them got there.
Well, when it started with Alonzo, you know, when I first got there,
yeah,
I tell you what, that was, when I first got there, it was unusual. It was really unusual for me. Those guys, everything they did from running inside, they were just they were on each other's ass all the time, man. Unbelievable competition. When we went inside Alonzo this, we go inside run. If we picked up a yard, we'd do good. I mean,
okay, it's good.
Am I right, Alonzo?
Oh, you're right.
Guys were studs, bro. I'm talking the guys we went up were unbelievable. No, it was competitive, real competitive. It was competitive coaching. You wanted your kids to be really good. You know, I mean, if you didn't in my room, I didn't want any bullshit. Go on the field, and make sure they could do it game time.
I knew this wasn't a place for everybody because I remember. I'll never forget this.
I got this right here. The code that go on there.
Number 2 receiver in the nation, named Tony Page.
Yeah.
Boy, Mike Irvin, Brett Perriman, Brian Blades. They ran him out of here, man. They challenged him every single day. First of all, they thought he got paid a lot of money coming, man. And they ran at him.
Was it 2 weeks they ran him out? Wasn't that kid supposed to go to like 10?
A little longer than that. They made him run against them in a 40. They said he was a 4.3 fastest kid in the nation.
Oh, and they ruined him.
Mike Irvin said, "Okay, let's go race. We're gonna me and you racing after practice." Mike beat him. Brett Perriman beat him. Brian Blades beat him. Yeah. Then they started telling him, "Man, you ain't nothing." It was over.
You tell me if I'm wrong, Alonzo. Guys that came in, they measure up, man. I mean, they were challenged in the locker room. They were challenged wherever they went. If they couldn't measure up, they ain't making it at Miami.
Well,
not only on the field playing, they had to measure up at everything they did. You know,
I used to tell people, man, that locker room's rough, man. If they find a little bit of softness in the locker room, they're gonna ride you like a horse. They're gonna ride you until you say, "Okay, I got to get out of here." So you better have some backbone to you.
Hey, I don't know if Edgerrin is still there. You know, if Edgerin's still there.
Check this out. Check it out, Luke. You know what? I don't know if Don knows this story as well, man. But let me say this to you, man. We're up in that team meeting room, and Alonzo Highsmith, but Michael Irvin and George Myra are sitting up there. And let me tell you something, man. All of a sudden, they're starting to get some bitching over some music. And I'm sitting in the room, and I'm in between these two guys in that tiered thing. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, man, Mike breaks this guy's jaw, knocks his teeth out. And I'm sitting here watching this shit. When you talk to Don talking about competitive, I mean, he broke his jaw and he knocked his teeth out. We picked each other up. But you know what? I'll tell you what. We were boys those two guys became closer, and it was just like brothers fighting, man. I mean, I'm sitting 2 feet from it, and they go, "Whose side?" I go, "I ain't on anybody's side. I'm on our side." That two brothers fighting, as far as I'm concerned, and these guys got to straighten this shit out.
Until you've seen a Brian Blades fight and Benny Blades fight, you've seen no fight.
Hey, if you went in the locker room, there was a TV, and then the couches were like a little ring type thing.
Hey, William Joseph.
A pro scout came to me and said, "Well, what about Edgerrin James?" I said, "Bro," I said, he's undefeated 2 years in the ring.
Hold on, Coach. Hold on. Coach, you telling me
right now.
Coach, you telling me EJ was a fighter in the locker room?
Oh my God, EJ and
I defend myself. I know. Hey, I always know how to protect myself.
EJ and Nate Webster. Look out, scout.
Hey, EJ was the one when the guys don't make the 110s. I remember Big Sam said EJ go, him and Nate Webster go in the ring and put him down, man. Put him down.
TMI.
There's a number one man.
Hey, look,
EJ, when you do your Hall of Fame speech, you gonna tell her that story? You was the enforcer of the team, the nice guy. Everybody thought you was the nice guy. You gonna tell the story? You was the enforcer.
It's gonna be like the Michael Jordan documentary. You're gonna learn the truth. Hey, Luke. Uncle Luke.
Yeah.
Hey, you've been around the program for a long time. And as much as our peers and our teammates held us accountable, for those who don't know, you did too. Because when we would see you out in the streets or on the sideline, we were looking for affirmation from you on whether we could play or not. And you were quick to tell us the truth. Oh man, no, you ain't do this, you ain't do that, man, you can't do this, you can't do that. So for all of those who don't know, a lot of the success that happened at the University of Miami, Uncle Luke had a lot to do with that. A lot.
Hey man, I appreciate it. You know, let me tell you, I tell people all the time, when I was at the height of my career, I would see the stories about, the kids. People don't know. I was the same kid back then, just like I would go and watch the games, and when I was a kid playing football on South Beach, and would get killed 70 to nothing. And I always say, man, I want my team to win. And so then fast forward to the entertainment career. I just saw young guys going down the Coral Gables, and there was a whole bunch of ruckus. People don't really realize that at back in the days, they didn't want no black Coral Gables. So when I saw the guys getting the opportunity to go down there, I was like, they're wasting the opportunity because, guys going in dorm rooms taking stuff and the culture wasn't ready for that. They just weren't ready for black kids to be on the campus. And I said, let me go down there and start hollering at some of these young fellas, let them know they got the opportunity. So I established a great relationship with Jerome Brown. I had no Melvin and Baines and all them and High and everybody. And so, it was it's always a couple guys that you got to pull to the side and talk to. And so people didn't understand that relationship. It was just me telling dudes, hey, look, man, this opportunity you got, take advantage of this shit, get your education and play ball and hopefully get to the next level. And so people didn't understand it. So they little writers who would write stories and shit, why the rapper on the sideline. And at that time, me, I'm going around the country. I got all the naked girls co-side. I got them dancing on stage. Hey,
coochie.
Hey, I would get my ticket. I would get my sideline pass from Tuberville. If it wasn't Tuberville, it was Ed Origin.
Yeah.
I got your sideline pass. I got your. Hey, so
hey, look. Let me
sideline talk shit.
Question, Luke.
Lose. It was some hell of a story, boy.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
We went to Florida State one time, and and they were singing my songs. I did a song, "Fuck Martinez," and the state, the whole 80,000 people see me on the sideline. It was like, "Fuck Miami, fuck Miami," in the same cadence. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. But I appreciate
you know what the greatest thing is of all these players on this thing tonight? When you think about great teams and success and all that stuff, and the thing that gets missed in all this, nothing but great guys, man. I can't tell you any bad guys at Miami. We had great guys, and you can't win with bad people.
Right.
You can't win with bad people.
We ran them dudes out, man. If you didn't fit, you weren't around us, man. We policed that to where, get this, right. And you didn't have to be like one another. You just had to be authentic. And everybody in our locker room was authentic with one another. Man, you know what, guys? I thought about what I might say coming on here. The safest places I've ever been in my professional life have been in a Miami Hurricane locker room and with my family, because I don't have to worry about anything in them locker rooms because they know what my intent is. You know, people write shit about loot. They write shit about, I've been in broadcasting for 26 years. They'll write anything about you, man. And you know what? I have so few friends since I left Miami. And every one of my teammates, like Highsmith said, man, I love every one of them dudes.
And I think Reggie Wayne said it best. When we were there, when you were there, Reggie, if you saw 1, you saw 4.
Yeah.
You saw 4, you saw 8.
Yeah.
You saw 8, you saw 16. It was just, that's the way it was. And you know what? I remember, I'll never forget this. Bobby Bowden told me this. He goes, how do you guys do that at Miami to get your guys to come back for a game? Because I've offered to pay for my guys to come back to our game, but it's too hard. I can't do it. Nobody did it like Miami and the NCAA. And I told this to Miami, the minute you break that bond of these players and this football team, you'll lose with everything you ever had, because we're not the USCs. We're not the LSUs. What made Miami special was the bond and the players. That's what made Miami different from any other school in the nation. And we allowed Miami allowed the NCAA to say, hey, no more former players around. You can't do this. You can't do that. And it took a little bit of away of who we were at the University of Miami. I've always felt that way.
No question.
Because our school is about bond. We don't have an $80,000, $100,000 fan base. We don't have the best facilities in the world. But what we had that nobody had, we had each other like nobody else ever had. We had each other, man. And that meant more to us than playing in front of 100,000 people and having the best facilities in the nation and having the best of everything. What we had the best of everything was each other. And you can't take that away.
And that's what make us special, because I know when we got there, our facilities were some shit.
Yeah.
They were bad. But, you know what I'm saying? But we embraced that.
Embraced it.
We took it. We was like, hey, this is what we got. We're going to take what we have and make the best of it. And we treasured that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, on my recruiting trips, I went these places, LSUs and all that stuff. They had the best facilities. It had everything that you needed. It was right there at your fingertips. Then when I went to Miami, right, I'm like, this is like third world country type shit. You know what I mean? But on my recruiting trip, and Ed Reed, who's listening, he can tell you it was 17 recruits on my recruiting trip. And one thing that Miami did that all those other recruiting trips that I went to didn't do, everybody went out together. It didn't matter if you was black, white, green, blue. It didn't matter. Everybody went out together, and they went with the recruits together as a team. That was the one thing I saw that other teams didn't do. And I said, you know what? They may not have the best facilities. They may not have all this wine and dine type stuff that everybody else have, but they got each other's back. And that meant a lot to me.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey, Alonzo.
Joseph, so you played with Vince Wilfork, who played 1,000 years. I mean, both of y'all first round draft picks. I mean, how did that? We were just looking at the game the other day. How did that work out? I mean, y'all. I mean, that was incredible, an incredible game the other day that they played. But how did you guys pretty much work out together to be able to do what y'all did?
Well, Vince was really backing up Matt Walters, so every time Randy, he kept me in the rotation longer because he wanted me to be in there with Vince, you know, because when we in there together, we go ahead and you know, we make things happen. So it was kind of tough. We had basically we was too deep. We was too deep because all our guys on the line got drafted, you know. So every time somebody get tired, somebody get tired, the next guy's up. You know, McDougal, Jamaal Greens, Cornelius Green, Andrew Williams, you know. We just, you know, every time when we go out, we always go out. 8 of us. We always hang out. We're always together. You know, we push one to each other, and then, you know, kept it going.
Definitely.
Because that 2001 team, that's the greatest team in the history of college football.
Oh, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
Wait a minute. Time out.
The team that lost Penn State might have been the greatest.
Yeah, but you gotta win it.
You gotta win it.
I know this was coming up.
Wait a minute. Lonzo. Yeah, you gotta win it. But the BCS is the one that kept us out of it.
No, you're right.
Yeah, they sure did.
Hey, Reg, you got a point.
Yeah, they did.
Play Oklahoma that year.
You're
right. 2000. You're right.
2000 team was a dog.
Yeah, you're right.
So what about the 86 team, Alonzo?
Hey, Alonzo, we gave up 6 first downs in that game to Penn State. We had 500 yards. They had 110. We had more turnovers than we gave up first downs in that game.
You're right.
It was a Herculean, unbelievable, incredible, something you'll never see in your life night. And I remember you standing on that step stool in that locker room going, motherfuckers, no one's ever going to tell me how great this team was.
Highsmith, the 86 team, stand up to the 2000 team.
Woo, man! You know what?
86 could play with it.
I love history. I love these debates, and there's great players on all, but it's just something that and you can talk about it, but you'll never play each other. But man, the 2000 team, 2001, the 1986 team, man, those were some good teams, man. I tell you what, if we played Penn State 10 times,
oh God,
we beat them.
Hold on now. That team that went out there and played Texas in the Cotton Bowl.
Hey, what's up, Lane? What's happening?
What's happening?
What's up, baby?
Hey, Donnell, what you talking about? Donnell, you up that line. What you talking about?
Listen, bro.
Everybody know you was the beat man. Stop lying.
Bro, you're a funny dude, bro.
Hey, EJ, y'all open over there, EJ? Y'all open up over there? Y'all open
or closed?
Y'all still closed? It look like y'all open over there, man.
In about 30 minutes, we'll go in the other room. It's a little bit better.
Hey, Lonzo.
The other room a little better. I'm coming over.
Lonzo, that team that went out to Texas and played in the Cotton Bowl?
The 90 team.
Unbelievable, bro.
Yeah.
It was a great team. That team that Scott played on, that 95 team that had that Frank Costa dude throwing the pill around. That team was good too. We had so many great football.
Could you imagine a playoff system? Who would have wanted to play Miami? Nobody.
Oh my goodness.
If there was a playoff system when we were playing college football, nobody would have wanted. You'd have had a bad draw.
Hey, do you agree? 86, 87, 2000, 2001, and some of them mid-90 teams, right? Yeah.
The 84 team was good.
Hey, Alonzo, you made a statement a while back, said that we went 25, a span of 25 years where the University of Miami had something to do indirectly or directly with who won the national championship.
Yeah. 11 years straight. We were part of the equation.
Hey, Jamaal Green, how do you like playing with Wilfork and William Jones and the linebacker? You don't drink right now. You play with 3 Haitians. Jonathan Vilma and Joseph and Carlos Joseph.
Hey, well, first of all, it was a little different for me coming from up north. You know, I'm a Jersey boy, so when I got down south, down in Miami, I couldn't understand shit that Black or his brother was saying. It took me a couple months to figure it out. You know what I mean? Once I figured it out, man, William Joseph Black, that was my man. We rode our whole time out there together, man. But I honestly couldn't understand the damn thing they were saying down there. You know, they was looking at me as the up north city slicker dude. I was looking at them like some country joker because I ain't understand nothing they were talking about. But at the end of the day, man, I think what made us so good in 2001 was we had a lot of players that was real unselfish on the D line, at least from a defensive standpoint. You know what I mean? We came to an agreement amongst ourselves to rotate people in and out every 2 series, and that's how we stayed fresh, and that's how we was able to attack at all times. Because like William said, first and second team, you know, we could all ball, and Vince Wilfork, when he came in as a young boy, he was just a big wild bull, man, and I love playing with those guys, man. When I went down there on my visit, coming from Jersey, you know, we had some crazy cats showing us around, like Damian Lewis and Nate, Damian Lewis, Nate Webster, and all those guys, man, and they was as crazy as I was. So I figured, I mean, I could come down here and act a fool with these clowns. When we first got down there, we almost got in a fight. You know, that was up my alley. You know, I said I'd go to war with these boys.
Hey, Jamaal, remember they used to tape me up every motherfucking time in the locker room. I used to get taped up all the fucking time in the locker room, man.
Hey, man, they used to try you, man. They tried you and Howard Clark all the time, man.
Hey, Uncle Luke.
Yo,
we're gonna put you on the spot, bro.
Uh-oh.
Being on the outside and being on the inside, looking at all the teams, which team you think was the best?
Oh, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Hard to say, bro.
Don't do that to me. Look at Reggie. Reggie done start smoking a cigar. Reggie to start smoking high.
Nah, the world
Hurlie looking great. Don't.
The world want to know that. I tell you what, we're gonna make it easy for you. You can give your top 2.
Shit.
That shit ain't easy.
Because you got 2000, and then you got 2001, then you got 86. That shit hardcore. So hey, look, leave me out of there. No, leave me out of there. Please.
Bro, how y'all keep forgetting them
ask Coach Soldinger.
91 teams?
Yeah.
Soldinger, what you think, Soldinger?
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, you know, I mean, it's hard to. It's like trying to say, you know, everybody asks me who's the best running backs. It's hard to pick a running back.
You ain't lying.
Something a little bit different, and it's the same way with the teams. You know, when I first got there, that '86 team was unbelievable. I mean, defensively, that was one of the best teams I've ever seen. They were good, really good defensively. Offensively, they were good too. I mean, they had the Blades, you know, Bryant, they had Mike, they had Vinny, I mean, Alonzo, Mel was there, they had Warren Williams. I mean, it was a good football team.
Cleveland Gary was there.
Oh.
Cleveland had them.
It was a new scheme. Huh?
I said Cleveland had them contacts in his eyes when he came to
Contacts.
And Afro.
Listen, and I think that 91 Miami Florida State game, I think it was like 22 or 23 guys that went on to the NFL and played in 7 or more years.
Yeah.
Hey, but Donnell, if you go back to the &86 team and you count the team picture, you look at the team picture and you count the guys that played in the National Football League, there's 64.
Wow.
From the '86 team.
Well, shit,
64 guys.
Y'all gonna make me Google. Y'all gonna make me Google 2000 goddamn team picture because we had some guys too.
Oh, y'all, hey.
I think everybody played that team.
Yeah.
Your team was the thing that I loved about those 2000, 2001 teams. I loved what William said. You know, one thing we didn't do, William, was that because we did what Reggie did. Man, you didn't want to give your job up, dude. You didn't want to give reps up to someone because I had Russell Maryland and Cortez Kennedy and all these motherfuckers behind me, and I'm going like this. I'm not giving up any motherfucking plays. I'm going 75 plays a game, and so was Jerome, and so was Stubbs, and so was Hawkins and Bacon. We were all – man, you didn't want to give it up because you were afraid, and that's what I love about your team. You guys came in with an understanding on rotation. That's probably why you guys were a lot more fresher and later in the games. beat the shit out of teams.
Made us better.
But let me tell you
how I got my job, because Bobby Harden got hurt. Bobby Harden got hurt up there at Notre Dame, and I was sitting there salivating. I couldn't wait to get in. So for the national championship game in '89, Coach Ruby came to me right before the game and said, Hurlie, is it okay if Bobby Harden gets some playing time? Yeah, Coach, I got 2 more years. I'm good.
Hey, Hurlie.
I'm going to tell you how I started hanging out. Because I wanted to know what the rest of the running backs was doing. So every time they went out, I want to see exactly what they're doing. So when I get back, I know what I need to do. I wanted to know, and then I used to think they were spying on me. When they wanted to come and be around me, I used to think they were spying on me. And every day, anytime, I learned that from you, Lamar. I learned that from you. Anytime somebody's sleeping, somebody working.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I tell this story all the time, right? So with CJ, our receiver coach, right, he gave us our own rotation. So it was me, Santana Moss. He was the other star, that receiver, right? So we had our own rotation. We playing West Virginia. I catch a curl route. The linebacker and the corner tackle me. I hurt my ankle. So I get up, I'm limping. So they all like, Reggie, come out. I say, who, me? They're like, yeah, come hurt. Like, hell no. They got a baby Andre Johnson that's on the bench that's sobbing at the mouth to get in there. I'd be damn if I let him get in here, because if I let him get in here, I ain't getting back in. So I played the rest of the game limping. So that's what it was. Like, bro, like it was me, Santana, a baby Andre Johnson. We had Jeremy Shockey. We had Najee Davenport, Clint Portis, James Jackson. Like that ball was scarce. Like it was scarce. So like when you had your chance, you had to do something with it. If I mess around, people always ask me like, damn, Reggie, when I got in the league, they're like, man, you catch everything. Like, boy, you catch all. I say, you know why? Because when I was in college, if I drop a pass, I don't know when I'm going to get another one. You know what I'm saying? So whenever you get your chance, you had to make the best of it.
Right. I'm going to tell y'all one thing. You guys are young, remember this.
Big Mac in the building. Big Mac is here, ladies and gentlemen. There goes CP. Oh, baby, we got them all.
But I'm going to tell you something. There were so many great athletes nobody knows about, because to this day, Andre Johnson, Reggie Wayne, Clinton Portis, all these great athletes we're talking about. Reggie Sutton's the greatest athlete that can come to the University of Miami. Wow. And I can tell you the story about Reggie Sutton. He was a wishbone quarterback at Killian High School, came to Miami, was a starting corner the week before the first game his freshman year. He was a starting receiver. Somebody got hurt. They moved him to corner. He went on to become an All-American corner his freshman year.
I need a plug-in.
Hey,
Gator. Circumstances, some instances that happened to him, he ended up not playing. But he was so good, he sat out of football 2 years, got drafted by the New Orleans Saints, became all-rookie as a rookie with 6 picks, and then went back. Then his demons got him again. And I'm going to tell you this. 3 years again later, the Dolphins brought him in for a workout. He ran 4.4 on grass. They signed him. Then his demons got him again. Reggie Sutton could have been
Deion Sanders,
Reggie Wayne, Andre Johnson. He could throw a football 80 yards. He could run 4.3, 4.4. It didn't matter.
We all have guys like that. I thought it was 4.3 on grass.
Hey, Gator. Hey, I got one guy. You talk about him. We had a boy in there, Tremaine Mack.
Yeah.
Now that boy right there,
one of the best athletes I've seen.
I remember him. He missed all of damn night off-season conditioning. He came out there, ran a 4.4 on the turf. He triple jumping one indoor. He's long jumper. He's a 2-foot jumper, jump for 24.5 and a half.
2 feet jump. Jermaine Mack, he was up there with me now.
I heard about him.
Yeah, me too.
Man was a beast.
Hey, we got to introduce Clinton Portis in the building.
Uh-oh.
CP, you on mute.
You on mute.
Take your thing off mute.
CP, you got to get off mute, CP.
Big Mac, take it off mute.
Y'all ready?
I'm off.
Mac, what's good?
What's poppin', CP?
Yeah,
CP, tell us some of them great stories. Tell some of them battles. We got Coach Soldinger on here. He was telling us.
Honey, so what's up, baby? Hey, listen, you talking about athlete, man. One of the best athletes to come out of the University of Miami was Philip Buchanan. People don't talk about it. People don't say nothing. But I saw Phil cover Santana and Reggie Wayne in the slot. And to be able to do that, you got to be a hell of an athlete. Baseball, track, basketball, football, he could do it all. So,
hey,
and it was my roommate.
I seen Phil Buchanan run down Adrian Peterson when he was in Detroit, and I was in Minnesota, and I was like,
hey, Phil, hands down, coming out of Old Fort Myers, one of the best athletes to ever come through the University of Miami. I don't even think Phil knew he was that talented.
Hey, the great thing about Miami, those many Hall of Famers we've got, some players, and Clinton Portis and all these guys. Well, we got some guys nobody know about. That things just didn't work out for
Tim
Tim
Sims.
Darius Frazier.
Jason Gathers.
Yeah, Jason
Wow.
Gathers.
William Brian McKinnie.
Hey, how good would have Eric Curry been if he had lasted? And I love that kid when he transferred down to Miami, man.
Dane Curry.
Yeah, man, he was such a good kid when he came down there, man. Just really, we had and hey, think of this too. We'd have 2 more Hall of Famers going in, and Sean Taylor and Jerome Brown, if those 2 guys had fulfilled their destinies too. I mean, like you said, man, we've had so many people. It's such an honor, man, to be involved with every one of these fucking guys and to be part of this thing like this. It really is. When people say it's a Canes thing, they think it's something that is written on a T-shirt. Bro, if you've never been in our locker room, you will never understand that, because it's about like where we came from, our journeys to get to the University of Miami. Dude, Miami picked us, it almost seems.
Hey, Big Mac, tell me about Art Kehoe.
Art Kehoe, he was a great coach for us. Him and actually Mario Cristobal. Cristobal played a great part as well. So Coach Kehoe kind of gave you all the tools and all the drills. But I'm gonna say, for me and like Vernon Carey, Mario Cristobal would pull us aside. And, back then he would try to put you on, eating oatmeal and hard-boiled eggs, getting your weight right. But we didn't want to hear that. We were 19, 20 years old, but we understand it now. But he was the person who really, when I had to go against like Jamaal Reynolds and stuff like that, he would sit down and do extra film with me and kind of break things down and show me what this person is doing. And I would kind of look to see what the offensive lineman might have been doing wrong and things like that. And he would help me really understand some of these pass rushes. So I think those 2 together were really great. And the fact that Mario Cristobal, he played, he went and played different level as well. He was kind of training me to like think ahead a little bit and be more than just a college player, but become a pro.
Hey, Portis. So Frank was on here earlier. Frank told us a story about you would tell him, hey, I'm gonna go get me 100, and you go out there and I'm gonna let you come in and you get 100. he swear by. He's like, yo, the best thing ever happened to me. I came to Miami, but Clinton Portis is the realest motherfucker I ever know. I mean, Frank just like swear by you. He was telling me in Black the same thing the other night. Tell us that story.
Hey, man, you know what? Frank came in so eager. First off, shout out to Frank for what he's doing. Still running that ball, still in the league, still getting them checks. So shout out to Frank. But, man, Frank came in so hungry and humble, you know what I mean? And he was just eating everything up. So Frank and Roscoe, them was my boys. Them was my young boys. So for me, it was a no-brainer. And I used to tell Coach Saul, and Coach Saul didn't even want. I'm telling Coach Saul, man, when I get 100 yards, take me out of the game. Put Frank in, put Willis in. I didn't care who he was playing. Once I go over 100, the game is already over. So if we up 2 touchdowns, nobody coming back. You know what I mean? So it was just one of those situations. And we had, I think it was West Virginia game. And this is when Coach Saul finally let up. We was playing West Virginia, Frank freshman year, and we're on the sideline. I had 100. I think I had like 9.8 yards of carry or something. So I tell Frank, I said, man, come stand right behind me. You going in. And he was like, man, coach gonna say something. I said, watch this. So I stepped on the back of my shoe and I bent over in front of Coach Saul. I was like, Frank, go in. Frank go in, and that's when he had to run. It's on all his highlights where he got the run coming through against West Virginia. After that, Coach Saul said, I know what you guys are up to. Like, Coach, he might as well say it now. He can hold it down. And, he just kind of got to the point where I would look at Frank on the sideline like, bro, be ready. I'm about to come out. He come in and do his thing.
Coach Saul, you remember them? You remember them boys playing games on you?
Yeah.
Coach Saul had a bathroom break, man.
No.
What's up?
The computer went. I ain't playing.
Coach, what's going on, man?
Yeah, no, we had a good time, man. No, Clinton says, hey, you're holding me back, bro. You got to play me. I can't hold you back too much,
I remember Coach Soldinger telling me when I was at Miami one day, telling me, he goes,
hey, Alonzo, Luke, Coach Saul came to my high school to recruit me, right? The first day he come in, I throw him my tape. He say, what is this, bro? I said, that's my tape. Check this out, bro. If you didn't want to come to the University of Miami, I'll recruit your ass. If you don't, I'll go recruit somebody else. I don't need to waste my time. And walk out. This introduction to me, I'm like, man, that's the realest coach ever. And then probably like 2 weeks later, I'm on the phone with Coach Saul. Ricky Williams was burning it up. Coach Saul telling me about EJ. Oh, no, Edge is solid. Edge is this, Edge is that. I said, man, he said, listen, Edge is going to go before Ricky Williams. I said, no way in hell. Edge went before Ricky Williams. Coach Saul told me that months before it even happened.
Oh, you ain't believe in me, Portis?
I believe in you. Hell no, I didn't believe in you.
I got reprimanded by the Packers one of my first few years scouting because when Edgerrin was coming out, some reporter, I was walking by the combine and said, who's the best player in the draft? I said, Edgerrin James, and kept walking. And the next day in the paper, they said, Green Bay Packers hot scout. One time says, Edgerrin James is the best player in the draft.
The question was early, what was the best team?
Ooh.
2001,
2000 came, Reggie, Santana,
yeah, 2000.
Dan Morgan, 2000.
Tell him again, Big Mac. Tell him again, Portis.
2000.
Hold on, man. I got to fill my cup up. Wait a minute.
Before 2001.
Listen, 2000, man. 2000 had that work on it.
Yeah, y'all a little bit too young to know about that 86 team, though.
Hey.
Y'all young boys.
Hey, 86 team, and there was some dogs. Trust me, there was some dogs. I know that.
I'm a dog. I've been slanging D for free, and I've been OG me since 2-3. Got his first